Paul, we're here just watching the under-18 games tonight. Under-18s game tonight, so just like a bit of a catch-up. How are things?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, busy as I have been the last couple of weeks, but getting a bit further forward with a lot more people, a lot more contact with potential players, but I'm by no means rushing into anything.
Yeah, my WhatsApp's rarely been as busy, I think it's fair to say, to be perfectly honest, but you're obviously speaking to an awful lot of people. Who are the type of people that you're speaking to while you're looking at and thinking about players?
Yeah, listen, I go by those three things that I've stuck by: the character, desire and hard work, and that's the first and foremost. That's what I look for, and obviously they've got to be good players and fit into a system that the way I want to play. But it's been frustrating at times. This is a footballer's month to go on holiday, isn't it? So a lot of people are on holiday, especially the ones that have just come out of full-time football. So, but listen, that's not stopped me. I'm probably a pain in the backside to those that are lying in the sun loungers in Tenerife, in Thailand, or wherever it may be. But got to do what I've got to do.
And there's a lot of your contacts in the game that got their ears chewed off a little bit, I think, in terms of you looking for character references and information on individuals, not just from a playing point of view, but also into their characters and stuff.
Listen, I had a career for 17 years, and I said, I think it was a fans forum, I said if I don't know a player, I will 100% know someone that does know him, an ex-teammate, a manager that's worked under him, and I won't just sign a player off one or two recommendations. I'll go off and try and get as much information on that player as possible.
And you've tapped into a slightly unusual sort of market in terms of the two lads that have come in from Bala. How have you got information on those and got into that area?
That was more coincidence rather than looking at that particular league. Like, I don't care where they play. If they're good enough players to play for us, then I'll bring them in regardless of where they are. But I've got a couple of ex-teammates, that had recommended them first and foremost, and then I went and done. Listen, I don't just do 2-3 hours. I'm doing 3, 4, 5, sometimes a week worth of just looking at them, looking at videos, finding out more about their character, drip feeding stuff into them, getting a bit back from them, and just making a decision off of that.
Yeah. Without sort of sucking up to you, I've been really pleased with the way that you're obviously placing a value on what the club itself can offer, not just yourself. You've also got a value on what you can do for people, but you're placing a real value on what Hereford FC is a football club.
Yeah, listen, I'm not scared to say that the last couple of days I've pulled deals myself. Listen, we're a big football club. We need to treat ourselves with the stature that we do have, and that comes from me as a manager as well. And it's a couple of younger lads, there's a couple of experienced lads that want to wait 4 or 5 weeks, and with all due respect, if they want to wait 4 or 5 weeks at a club like this, then tough. I'm not ready to wait for them. I've sold the club for what it is. Listen, first and foremost, we're sitting in it right now. It's got 4 stands. It's a proper football club. We're not operating we might be a part-time outfit, but we're a proper football club, and if people don't want to sign for this, then tough.
Yeah, and you're busy on you. I know you realise that May's a bit of a crazy month. Some of your contacts have said it's a crazy month for players and that sort of stuff. You've obviously struck early in certain areas. Hopefully there's a couple more to come fairly soon. But you realise there is also going to be a bit of patience required as well.
Yeah, listen, as I said at the top of this interview, I'm not just going to sign anyone. I want to sign the right players, and if that means waiting, it sounds as if I'm contradicting myself, and I don't mean it like that, but I need to wait a couple of days or a couple of weeks to find that person. Once I find the person that I want, if they want to take 3-4 weeks, then that's where that motive comes in of, listen, we're not here to wait, we're not here to mess about. But yeah, I've spoke to a lot of people that have been managers in non-league, and they did say May is a tricky month. It's time when everyone goes away from family, and listen, I've been there as a footballer. You want to switch off, you don't get the chance to switch off during the season, so I can totally understand it, but I'm now seeing the frustration side of the manager.
Yeah, as we sit here talking right now, you've announced 550 season tickets sold. We've announced today, still with, best part of 2 weeks left of the early bird offer as well. So things are moving well. I'm advised by people in the know, like Jamie Griffiths, that we're actually these are very favourable signs in terms of where we're going. So that must excite you as well, that it appears that people are getting behind you and are embracing hopefully what you're looking to put in place.
Yeah, and again, I said it at the fans forum, I can't ask people to trust me. I've got to try and earn that, and listen, what the fans have done, and as you said, 550 and counting, it's unbelievable, and that gives me more weight behind me as well, and try to bring the right players into the club. I've actually, in a hand on heart, literally about 15 minutes ago, just had a player text me to say that they had seen we had sold that, and it's almost swaying his decision to come to the club. So things like that, so small things. Listen, footballers will look at social media, they will follow things like that, they'll see that the numbers are going up and they'll continue to go up, so that's becoming much more attractive for me as well.
And we've been telling you about the squad builder, which we're hoping to launch over the next few days, and obviously that's something that hopefully can be really important to you in terms of just giving you a little bit extra money to play with as well.
Yeah, listen, like any manager, the more the better, but I've got a budget that I'm working within, and I'm confident that I can get a team that the fans will be proud of on the pitch. That's my main aim. Everything else that happens is a bonus. So if the squad builder launches whenever it launches, and then a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks down the line I get extra, fine. But right now I'm just concentrating on getting the right people on the pitch for this club.
Yeah, and finally, you were telling me earlier that the chairman you've got here is the best chairman you've ever worked for as a manager in your career. So
it is, yeah. It's the only job I've ever had as well, Chris, as a manager.